This is BBC World News with me, Alice Baxter. The latest headlines. The ceaseless flow of migrants and refugees through the Balkans is causing deep disagreements between European neighbours. And Greece is holding its fifth general election in 6 years as it grapples with economic crises after crises. Alexis Tsipras is seeking a new mandate after accepting a bailout he had promised to oppose. Well, let's stay with that story, the election in Greece. Journalist Michael Kosmides is in Athens. He's been following the elections very closely for us there. Michael, really good to talk to you. As I was saying, the fifth election in 6 years. How did Greece get to this point again?
Well, I think it shows that apart from the issues we have with the memoranda and the whole bailout agreements that don't seem to work in order to achieve their purpose, and that is to make the ratio of what the country owes to what it produces, its GDP, in a much better position than it used to be before the loans. It also shows that the political establishment here is in big trouble in trying to enforce all the necessary conditions, if you like, laws to be passed, austerity measures and so on, and that has led to this series of elections that we've just mentioned. I would say people are not exactly tired out of all this situation. I think they are more disappointed. There's a very muted sense, I would say here. It's a bit of puzzlement as well. People are not quite certain who to vote for. They are not quite certain whether the parties they used to vote in the past or in the previous elections have anything to do with the parties that they are voting for now. You just mentioned a bit earlier that the Syriza leader, Mr. Alexis Tsipras, the former prime minister, has sort of shifted its position from an anti-memorandum agreement to a memorandum. Imagine what confusion that would create and creates in voters going today in polling stations. But what I can tell you from here in terms of the sense is that while in the referendum, for example, there was exuberance, I would say, there was a vibrance, there was excitement about it. People voted 62% against the memorandum agreement, and in a brave, has been considered a very brave decision. Before that, earlier in the year, there was really a vibrant election campaign that led to the Syriza party going to power for the first time. Today, there's nothing like that. I've been here in Athens for the last week, and you could almost not tell that there is really an election going on unless you were looking in the signs on the street where the various MPs and parties were promoting themselves, and of course, unless you were watching the TV and the debates that were really going all around the national channels.
Yeah, interesting you draw that parallel with the referendum that we saw back in January. A real change in mood, it sounds like, on the streets of Athens. Michael Kosmides, many thanks for joining us.